I walk through the shadow of death left to fear. This is a journey through the halls of hell.
Yes people, what is good? I am BA, back once again with another reaction in the Fargo series. This is episode 6 of season 5 and it is called The Tender Trap. Last episode, Dorothy is just ducking and diving out of everything. It started with her own mother-in-law getting her sectioned and sent to the insane asylum. Took Dorothy literally about 5 minutes to incapacitate a nurse Donna Disguise and get out of there, but she saw that the henchman had arrived to take her husband. She smartly swapped the nameplates on the doors again and they accidentally kidnapped the wrong guy, and then she manages to steal her daughter from in front of all the armed guards at her rich mother-in-law's house, and then breaks into beautiful Lady Cop's house and drops her off there. So yeah, just an incredible episode of Dorothy just going from place to place, figuring a way out of it one step at a time. I'm loving it so far. Let's get into this. This is episode 6, The Tender Trap. Let's check it out and see what it's saying to it. Would not trust any bar with that picture, but also the word trap in the logo.
You got old information, Sheriff. Candy moved down to Sioux Falls last month to take care of her mother.
Is this related to the main story, or does he just return back to his normal sheriff duties?
Had my girl make it out personally last week. What the fuck, Roy?
Damn, he's literally dressing him down.
You're not gonna sell your bank to that woman.
Oh shit, he's the banker from the last episode. So the sheriff's now starting to try and fuck with her business. Again, I don't think this is a smart move. I think she's an incredibly savvy and powerful woman. On top of the fact he's already got Dorothy to worry about.
We're clear?
It's lucky that guy was actually wearing a second rug underneath his jacket. Well yeah, interesting plot development, but I just feel like, unless there's something I'm missing, this sheriff is really biting off more than he can chew.
Can't settle this thing today. My next call is to our litigation department. Thank you.
And why the fuck has beautiful Lady Cop let it get this far before having a conversation with her husband? Do couples really do this shit? This is like divorce-worthy shit, and you never want money to be, you know, an effect on love or whatever, but this is fucked up.
Looks like you found the cereal.
Frosted Flakes. Your kid likes them?
Well, kinda.
Husband, kid, basically the same thing with this guy.
Slept in the garage again?
You don't have to open the door.
I don't actually see what the redeemable quality of this guy is. Why the fuck is she with him again? What is his single redeemable quality? This guy must be packing a tripod.
I am your wife.
No. Someone to keep the house clean and cook.
You know what's hilarious about this? This is like a thing that's common in modern society, and that he wants her to be a traditional wife while at the same time adhering to none of the values of a traditional husband. He wants to have his cake and eat it too and live like a little spoon-fed fucking millennial bitch that can't do anything for himself, while at the same time having a subservient traditional wife. It's a completely unrealistic and just an all-round piece of shit way to think.
A wife who comes to the club for the socials and doesn't talk about what's a felony or what's a misdemeanor.
Oh my god, he's still going. I didn't pause between my whole speech about what I thought he was like. He was fucking sounding off in my ear, and when I stopped, he was continuing. How do you even have a half sentence to say negatively towards this absolute fucking angel of a woman?
And doesn't say she's tired or that her back hurts or to pull out when I finish because she's not on the pill.
Who would fucking want to have a kid to you, mate? Can you blame her?
The point is, I am tired of feeling like I gotta be everything around here all the time. The man and the wife.
What are you talking about, mate? This is an infuriating level of delusion this guy is displaying.
Pressure when I need to stay positive because it's a mental game, right? How far you hit a drive, whether you're in the sand trap and you just suck
You know what's interesting? There's almost a symmetry between this household and Dorothy's, and that both of their husbands are examples of two different types of modern man rather than traditional man. And I guess the only person who's sort of written to be a traditional man in this season is the douchebag sheriff. So I don't know if that's a criticism on traditional men, but I do know the two husbands are being portrayed as two iterations of what modern men are sometimes like. If I was this guy, I'd be like, you know what would really make me talk? If you were to just remove like 5 feet of my intestines, that'd get me speaking, that'd teach me. Under the context though of this being a genuinely innocent man who needs a surgery, it's actually quite horrible.
They are doing it for real this time.
Yeah, of course he's watching Trump. I'm starting to feel like all the men in this series are a metaphor for like the good and bad of both the left and the right. Does that make sense?
We want to watch cartoons.
Hey, don't talk back to your mother.
If I was you, I wouldn't speak to the Shining twins like that, Sheriff.
Honey,
Woman?
oh, I am so sorry. I don't know what happened. Hold on, let me just...
Fucking hell, mate. What an absolute dick. Anybody that nonchalantly hits a female is an absolute scumbag. Seriously.
Got Nadine's husband in the box when you're ready.
I'm Nadine's husband.
Sure.
Let him have his fucking sheriff wedding fantasy, alright? In his mind, marriage is final and that's the end of it.
Well, he had a pretty good shock at the house, you know? Finger in the old light socket. Sometimes that scrambles the brain, you hear those stories, right?
So this is what I'm confused about. He clearly did interact with the husband at the house. So how has he not realised he's got the wrong guy now?
Who's this then? Well, King of the Idiot Brigade, eh?
Wow, they've done a number on him. This is rough.
You're gonna wish you were the horse at a glue factory.
Oh my god, what the fuck?
What the hot fuck, Dad?
First of all, I feel so sorry for that poor man. And second of all, that was a really brutal headshot special effect.
You grabbed the wrong patsy.
What? No.
Well, that's the first time we've really seen what this sheriff's capable of, because in the other scene with that abusive boyfriend, they only shot when he was shot at, but this is just absolute brutality.
He grabbed him. He said, we got the guy. It's the... What do you... Power suggestion.
So ineptitude is the explanation for this mix-up. He genuinely didn't know and thought he did. It's about what I thought.
Somewhere out there's an upside-down horseshoe with your name on
I
it.
just off my game is all.
That's quite a blinded way to look at this guy. He's just shit.
Get the car.
Where are we going?
To pay the boogeyman.
He's just one of these people that doesn't have the self-awareness. He's like way too overly confident, but not self-aware enough to understand he's nowhere near as good as he perceives himself to be.
Are you gentlemen quite certain I can't offer you a gimlet?
No, thanks.
Who could say no to a gimlet?
I'm a little sideways still. Faulty wiring.
It seems like his speech is returning to him. That's so good to hear. I was so worried we were just going to get frazzled guy for the rest of the series.
Dorothy Lyon. It's what we call an alias in our line of work.
A cover story.
It's a shame he's having to hear this in this way. I wish Dorothy would have had this conversation with him first.
What do you mean she's not my wife?
No, she's your wife.
But also, she isn't.
I thought he clocked a little bit of this while he was lying in the hospital bed because he called her by her real name, but this will be hitting him like a ton of bricks if this is the first time he's actually having this realisation. It's hard to tell if he's still just confused in the brain or in shock now. No pun intended.
Have you seen my wife? She was supposed to visit me today.
No, sir.
It's nice to see her covering for Dorothy now.
Here's your money, please lift the curse. I don't think so.
We tried killing him.
No way are they meeting with werewolf guy. It's a smart decision to try and stop this guy from constantly hounding them. They should have just gave him his money to begin with.
Let me see your hands.
Notice he instantly disarmed him of the cigarette because last time that ended up in his face.
Call him a draw. So don't get cocky.
Even now he's letting his ego control his thought process. Just an arrogant young douche, isn't he?
A man has only so many words in his lifetime. For us, there are very few left.
What the fuck does he mean by that?
Can't crush her, can't pull her out clean. If I had a nickel for every time she found the daylight when I thought I had her buried.
He didn't have to word it like such a serial killer.
Probably ought to let her be, but
that is the single smartest thing you have said all season so far.
When a man digs a grave, he has to feel it. Otherwise, it's just a hole.
Guy makes a fair point. Holes need filled. Murder is now justified.
Happy now, shitbird? You got your money?
This guy just won't shut the fuck up, will he?
Christ, his mother. When the toy breaks or the knee is skinned. Fuck that. You're the one who's gonna be crying.
He took that witchy threat quite well there, actually.
You want the last word? Here it is. I'll see you soon, asshole.
Oh my god, where does he get the actual balls to talk to people like this? He planted a bomb on the car, fuck! It's fine, I've never seen C4 work on a werewolf. They never say we need, you know, crosses, silver bullets, C4.
I am the law type, her husband.
Except his version of the law is spending $1 million on tactical gear.
Yeah, so it's basically a license to work however he wants. There's no true justice in the way he works. He's a single man making those decisions for himself, but because he's got these other people bought off with weapons and shit, I guess he can just do whatever. And it's funny because you wouldn't think a militia would have a hard time acquiring weapons in the USA.
Do you know where she is?
I do not.
You're not the best liar, but I'm proud that you lied.
The fact that he used to beat her. Or the current crimes, kidnapping attempts.
It's a shame she never had this conversation yesterday, because they would have actually found a man getting tortured at the ranch.
You help me, I help you. And we all help Dorothy. You know.
Oh shit, interesting. I didn't expect Beautiful Lady Cop to become such a Team Dorothy player and now directly opposed with the FBI guys.
Whose are these?
Don't touch that.
How come?
It's not a toy.
Oh my god, this even shit with children.
Okay, I gotta go out. See my physical therapist.
Don't tell me he's cheating on Beautiful Lady Cop on top of everything else.
Okay. Don't burn the house down.
He didn't say anything about no destroying the golf shit. I mean, if you're trying to keep a low profile, maybe a drum kit isn't the best option, but who knows? Maybe Anne Frank would have thrown them off the scent with that. Nazis would have been like, well, it's not going to be the person drumming.
Security saw this?
Yeah. They got a handwriting guy working on it, they said.
Again, I think this might prove to be a fatal error that this sheriff has done this.
I didn't give him what he wanted, so this is tit for that.
This woman is so good at playing this character.
Those little onions you like?
Mom,
Please tell me he gets a bit more of his mental faculties back. This is fucking rough.
Am I going?
To steal an election.
See, I thought that the sheriff might be making a terrible move messing with this woman. She is literally about to replace the governor so he can no longer get power where he is. Not surprised in the least. I knew she was going to respond like this. These female lions are ferocious.
Physical therapy or something. But that was like an hour ago. Did you bring dinner?
Hopefully this is the thing that's going to make her see that he is a terrible partner. Like, look, this is an example of how he would be to their future children. Fuck this guy. What are you doing with this guy?
Let them have it, boys. Nein, ich bin ein Amerikaner. No, they're not fire.
Quite an eccentric father, but I'm not mad at his pastimes.
Daddy!
Ah shit, I thought they were taking her to the father's house. They've taken her back to where Dorothy originally rescued her from.
Did her mother have her turning tricks outside the Save Mart?
I'm sorry?
Women who apologize for things might as well have welcome mat written on their faces.
She didn't mean it like that. She asked you to repeat yourself in a polite manner.
That's the history of your daughter-in-law, written in punches and chokeholds.
So she's not trained in anything. She's just always been a fighter.
Go home to empty houses, or houses that should be empty but are instead filled with the dirty underpants of our man-child spouses.
Yeah, you do. But it's your own fault that you do. It's so frustrating to know that that's what you chose.
I see a woman who outsmarted 2 kidnappers, killed one of them, and nearly killed the other.
I completely agree. These female lions, like I said, I would say they're the most 2 ferocious characters in the season.
Come work for me.
Oh, please take the job. I bet she'll pay you so much better.
Set up a payment schedule. Get the jackals off your back. Name your price.
Oh, you have to take this.
A white-collar salary with benefits, running a team of agents traveling the world.
Yeah, sit the fuck down. Get comfortable. This is a great offer.
I've got to think about it, if that's...
Don't ask for permission.
I agree with Mrs. Lyons on this occasion. You should not have to discuss this with anyone. The only person you'd go and talk to it about with is your douchebag husband anyway, and who cares what he thinks?
You've got 24 hours, or the opportunity disappears.
She fucking better take this offer. I'm rooting for her. Why would we be going back to Banker Man? I thought he did what Sheriff Guy said and cancelled the deal.
Mr. Duggar.
Ah, okay.
I have Mrs. Lyon on the phone. For you.
What?
Yes, what a power move. Even when you're with your lap dancers, she'll get to you. Captain Birdseye will bring a phone.
$100 million is going to Mesa. What you get instead is the full might of the federal government.
Not only is it, I believe, a rival bank, but she's gonna get the feds on them. Shit.
They've also frozen every personal and business bank account you've got.
Holy shit. She is like a different kind of Dorothy.
Do you want to know what your mistake was? It was thinking death is the worst thing that could happen to you.
My god, she is actually ferocious.
In squalor, surrounded by the dead-eyed stares of your futureless children.
Fucking hell, what a mic drop.
Have a nice night.
That is the reaction of a man who's seen this shit 100 times. Or just read it, it'll be interesting. Wow, she has been badly hurt in the past, so maybe she just developed this skill set through survival. Okay, and that was episode 6 of season 5 of Fargo, The Tender Trap, and I will be back in just a minute with my thoughts on that. So, The Tender Trap, what did I think of that? We started off with that absolutely brutal scene of that poor guy still getting tortured, and then the sheriff just walked in the room and shot him straight in the head on top of it when he realised they've got the wrong guy. Man, some characters in Fargo just get the cruelest fates, like Lester's second wife that he met at his work and that guy in the chair there. Oh, it's just rough to see. They were smart in paying the werewolf guy back his money, but it left us on a cliffhanger with that bomb under the car. I'm calling it right now, even if it detonated, he lives. He's some sort of weird mythical being. I'm sure people have tried to kill him before. No bomb underneath a car is going to take out the werewolf, especially off screen, like it didn't even show us the explosion. No way he died. And the rest of the episode was sort of split between beautiful lady cop scenes and also elder Mrs. Lyons scenes. And I think they were both done brilliantly. It is so hard to watch beautiful lady cop working so hard in debt and this guy just being an absolute prick, clearly cheating on her on top of it, and even worse, didn't care there was a child in the house. Like, that there should be the thing that sparks her to kick him out, because that is just what he's gonna be like if they ever have children. And I knew as soon as the sheriff tried something with the bank that Mrs. Lyons was not gonna take it lying down, and holy shit, not only is she actually going to try and change the governor of the place that the sheriff's over, but also instantly destroyed that banker's life just for pulling out of the deal. I mean, she's like the business equivalent of what Dorothy is to life, kinda, but they're both absolutely ferocious in their own ways. And one last thing, I don't want to keep saying it every time I see the dude, but Jesus Christ, I hope Dorothy's husband gets a little bit better speech back as the show progresses, even a bit more, so he's just not another poor soul who has had another grim fate. But other than that, I absolutely loved this episode, and I can't wait to see what happens next week. If you've liked this video, click like, subscribe to the channel to see more videos like this, ring the bell to be notified as to when they drop. If there's anything you want to talk about, comment down below, and share this around to anyone you think might appreciate it or want to watch these reactions along with us. My Patreon link is down in the description. If you become a patron, you get access to my blog, you get access to these reactions I put on YouTube a month and a half in advance, and you also get access to full-length versions of everything I react to. So consider becoming a patron, it helps me and my channel out so much, and until next time, I have been BA, peace.